it's one of those plays that when you have, you saw it, you're like, man, that's a good play. But then, you're doing a show the next morning and you don't even bring it up. Well, not this show. This show brings up the plays that other shows forget to even mention. Brock Purdy hitting Jauan Jennings early in the fourth quarter on a 31-yard field flipping play was another one of those big, put a star next to it, types of plays in this game. It was big because it helped flip the field. It got the Niners into scoring range. It really extinguished an element of, the Rams can come back today. They're going to go ahead and get this one back, and they're going to, the Niners are going to screw this up somehow. It was a big play just in terms of momentum and field position. And it's also an announcement that this isn't just Ayuk and Debo and McCaffrey and Kittle. Jauan Jennings is becoming a better football player every single time I watch him, Larry. He's having a better game somehow, some way, and he's doing all that little garbage, dirty work on the end. The Christian McCaffrey 51-yard scamper when he came up after stiff-arming Ahkello Witherspoon, giving him the old what for, talking about his mama at the end of it. Christian McCaffrey was talking smack yesterday at the end of that run. That run doesn't happen without a huge downfield block from Jauan Jennings. We had just talked the week before about Ayuk and Ray McLeod having crucial downfield blocks, getting McCaffrey in for his longest run as a 49er. Explosive plays happen when wide receivers are blocking. And we've seen it 2 weeks in a row. McCaffrey peel off this huge run based to the overall team help he's getting. George Kittle didn't have a great game yesterday. 3 nondescript catches for 30 yards. He made one of the biggest blocks of the afternoon on a kickout block that McCaffrey just came right off the butt of and went right up the sidelines. I'm loving the way Jauan Jennings is playing and really establishing himself as a Niner that you don't talk about an awful lot, but is as essential to this team's success as any player you're going to find.
It's interesting. Peter King was saying how, he talked to John Lynch, and that when the Niners took over this regime, when they took over Lynch and Shanahan, that they really badly wanted wide receivers that were separators, guys who had big time speed and separated on film, and that they have changed their philosophy now to bigger, more physical receivers that have ball skills. And it is interesting. I mean, we're talking about Cooper Kupp. We're talking about he ran 4.62. We're talking about Puka Nacua. He did not run a great 40 time. Now we're talking about Jauan Jennings. Jauan Jennings 40 coming out of Tennessee, 4.72 is what he ran at the combine. That's like, almost, there's like offensive linemen who run that fast. But Jennings was the Tennessee Mr. Football in his senior year in high school back in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I mean, and he's
not played in underpants.
Right. He's a receiver. He is a receiver. He's not fast. He's got size. He's got savvy. He's got toughness. But he lacks functional speed. But he's big, and he's strong, and he's savvy, and he is competitive at the catch point, and he's got really quick hands, and he can break tackles, and he's got terrific balance, and guy plays with unbelievable determination. The other thing is that this guy's a great athlete. Like, if you're in the locker room, they got a basketball hoop in there. I've seen Jauan sit there and hit like 15 jumpers in a row. I mean, this guy's a serious hand. He's got hand-eye coordination. He'll make the catch in traffic. He's efficient. He can track the ball in the air, and then he's got size. He's got aggression. He'll block. He'll lock you up as a blocker. He's not afraid of the moment. This guy's not one of these guys that gets all nervous. You don't work football, you play football. And this guy plays the game, and he brings a lot of juice and a lot of energy. He's one of the leaders on the team. Third and Jauan. You know, I mean, they go to him in big situations. He's made some of the biggest catches in Niners history in recent years. Have gone to Jauan Jennings. There's not a Niner fan. The Niners have Ayuk and Debo and Kittle and CMC. And yet, if tomorrow was the NFC Championship game and they got to 3rd and long and they threw it to Jauan, every knowledgeable Niner fan would not one of them would question it. Why? Because he's held in that higher regard as far as being a money player. So yeah, he's big time, man. He's tough. He's determined. He'll hit you. He's got tons of attitude. It's funny. My Tennessee volunteer buddies, when they drafted Jauan, were like, "Oh man, you're getting this guy. This guy's amazing." And I'm like, the guy ran 4.72. I mean, that's one of the slowest receiving times of all time. I don't even think this guy's going to make the team. And it's like, oh, no, dude, this guy's the guy. He's the guy. And so, sometimes you got to trust people that have seen him play. And the Vols fans were like, hey, man, this guy's big time, and he's been big time. He's probably entering his final year with the Niners, Damon, because he is a free agent at the end of the year. Somebody is going to pay him because he's too valuable. But, man, right now, as a possession guy, he's phenomenal.
Jauan Jennings is exactly the guy who's perfect for the job at the right price. If he plays himself into an overpay somewhere else, good for him. And good luck to the team that decides to do that. He has a niche. He has a spot. He fills it for the 49ers. He's the perfect Niner. He's the perfect 4th guy to be a concern about. But I like Jauan Jennings. I hope he gets paid. I hope he makes millions and millions of dollars. He's my kind of football player. And it's amazing how often it takes a football game to reveal who can actually play football. It's not a combine time. It's not sprinting against air. It's not throwing against air. Lots of guys in this league. Every guy in this league looks great. What happens when the game starts? Jauan Jennings is making plays when games start.